Okay, everybody, welcome to the Formation Lab. I'll get this right one day.
Foundation Lab.
Formation Lab podcast with me, myself, Matt, and my friend Lucy, where we're going to yap about the Miami Grand Prix, which was also a sprint
Yes.
weekend. Which reminds me, I should probably load the sprint up first. Because on a sprint weekend, we'll talk about the sprint as well. And I forgot. We had all that time off,
And we forgot.
and we came back with a sprint and a race.
I mean, it's weird to be back.
Yeah, it's
Feels
been a while.
like almost like the start of a season all over again.
Yeah, well, it felt like the winter break because we were off for the month,
Yeah.
which is not the winter break, the summer break.
Yeah.
Because that's normally 3-4 weeks, isn't it?
It's going to be weird when it is actually the summer break and we're like, we've done this.
We've done summer break. What about second summer break?
Yeah.
So I was actually quite looking forward to this because we had a whole host of technical engine mapping stuff and all that sort of changes. So everyone was quite hopeful that it was going to aid the racing. No, I didn't actually watch the race live because my Skybox decided it didn't want to record it. So I've only seen the highlights, so it's hard for me to judge. But also, you can't make a judgment on something like that from just one race. And I said this at the start of the season. You've got to have multiple races and then see if there's any, see what it's like essentially. So I'm yet to pass judgment on it, I guess.
Yeah.
But we did get an extra half hour of practice because it was a sprint weekend, and so the teams could get used to all these new regulations.
I did not get to watch that, sadly. I was away celebrating my mum's 50th birthday. Shout out to my mum and her 50th birthday.
I was away this weekend as well. I was supporting my friends with Drift League in the UK. So I had to watch highlights for the sprint anyway. And then, because it didn't record highlights when I got home as well. So let's start with the...
Brilliant.
Let's start with the sprint. Now, as usual, we are looking at the official Formula One channel. We're looking at their highlights for the sprint. And later on, we'll look at the highlights for the race, which means anytime that we call out a timestamp, that's the video that we're referring to. Now, immediately, the first highlight of the sprint video is this Hulkenberg or Bortoleto hopping out of the car? I think, was it Bortoleto? Out of the Audi?
I want to say Hulkenberg. I think it was Bortoleto.
I can't remember, being completely honest.
Again, I missed it, so I don't really know.
I should have checked. We're a little rusty. It's been a while. Let me have a quick look at the results. Miami sprint. Oh, well. Bortoleto was disqualified and Hulkenberg didn't start. So I'm going to assume that was Hulkenberg. If I remember correctly, Bortoleto was disqualified for overboosting, I think.
And what is overboosting?
So
for the regulars like me.
So without getting too complicated and technical with the way that a turbocharger works, when the exhaust goes through a turbo, it spins it on the exhaust side. And this is a very basic overview, and it's not the way that Formula One uses it, but this is how it works. And what that does is it spins a turbine, which spins a turbine on the other side, and the air going into the engine then basically gets compressed by that turbine.
Okay.
The faster you go, the faster the engine goes, the faster that spins and compresses more air and makes more pressure. And there's a limit to how much pressure you're allowed to use. And they were using too much because more air means you can put more fuel in, which means you get more power. That's the sort of short version of it.
That makes some sense.
Also, when you're modifying a road car, if you put too much pressure in, your engine goes boom.
Yeah.
So overboosting can be good and bad, but in this context, there's a limit that they're allowed to use. They went over that. I don't know by how much, but they went over. So the grid itself was interesting after Mercedes' dominance for such a long time, because McLaren took pole.
It was it McLaren? Oh gosh, I'm trying to remember because there were
I've got
two
the
quali
website up,
sessions.
so
Thank you.
we're also 2 days late to when we usually do this, so we're forgotten it a little bit. So it was Norris.
It's basically a year ago.
So Norris, Antonelli, Piastri, Leclerc, Verstappen, then Russell. Which is interesting because Russell really struggled, but I don't think he likes Miami as a circuit. So it's kind of not surprising that he didn't do that well. He's never liked the circuit, so. Yeah, so let's get the race started. We're 26 seconds in, and immediately Antonelli does what he normally does, and has a bad start.
Yeah.
He needs to get on top of this if he wants to be world champion. Let's be real.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. His race pace is so good.
Yeah, and the Mercedes have had such a dominant car at the start of the season that their car is made up for his poor starts. But they're the ones that Russell won. If he's going to start like this throughout the rest of the season when the rest of the pack catches up like it has been this weekend, then it's going to be a whole lot harder for him to win a championship, even if he has won the last 3 on the bounce.
Yeah.
It was similar to what Norris was doing last couple of years. He was famously bad at his starts. Or infamously bad, I guess. So then became a McLaren 1-2 into turn 1 with Leclerc behind and then Antonelli and Russell side by side. And I don't recall, because I like I say, I only watched the highlights, but I don't recall that much in the way of action here. The sprints over the last couple of years have gotten a bit stagnant.
Yeah.
It's not the
like first ever sprint, or maybe like the first few in the first season were pretty good, and now everyone's just too cautious.
Well, this is what I was about to say. I think the problem you've got is everybody's like, I've got a big race tomorrow. That's where all the big points are. There's no point in being reckless. They've got absolutely nothing to gain by being reckless.
Yeah.
Almost to a point where maybe they should do the sprint after the race. So do the race.
But then where would you do that?
Because they probably wouldn't want to move the race from Sunday because it's the main event.
Yeah. Yeah. And also that's kind of when, everything goes a bit to pot. The fans all run onto the track. Everyone starts heading home.
Yeah.
It's kind of an F1 weekend builds. And that's not building. That's debuilding.
Which tells me that the sprints still aren't working. How long have we been doing sprints now?
3 years, I want to say. 4?
Quite a while.
I think 2022 was when they were first a thing.
And I can't say there's been a good one. Nothing memorable, at least.
Yeah. So, could they bring back sprint qualifying?
6th year.
I mean, like, as in the sprint race determining the qualifying.
Chat coming in clutch, 6th year. 2021 they started.
6th?
Yeah.
No.
Also, Antonelli's start was that bad because he went from 2nd to 5th. So, yeah, time is a myth.
Wow.
And Antonelli can't start. But I just can't think of a good sprint race. Like, I know we've got years and years to pick from race, but within the last 5 years, you can probably tell me at least one race that was very good. There's been a few. I can't remember the last time we actually had a really, really good race, though.
See, when you talk to me about good races, my brain goes back at least 3 years. Like, to me, the classics are like. Sorry, I'm trying to remember the dates. Like 2020, the whole season was a banger for me. 2021 was also a bit of a banger.
I don't remember whether there was anything then. Well, yeah, 2021 was
Italy 2020, Monza 2020,
Sakir.
Tuscany 2020, Sakir 2020.
I think 2020 was good
Turkey
because it had
2020.
2020 had a lot of good races because there was a lot of tracks that we'd not driven on for a while. So tracks that were new layouts. A lot of the teams didn't have data on a lot of these tracks. I think mixing it up a bit really helped. But I couldn't tell you a good sprint that we've ever had. There's no sprint out there that I want to go back and... There's no sprint that I can load up and go, yeah, I want to watch that again.
Yeah. Whereas there are many races that I have deliberately rewatched.
Yeah, because you go back and watch the sprint, and it's the same here. They all get off the line, they shuffle a bit through the first lap or so, and then they just get into one big line.
Yeah.
That's it. There's never much in the way of racing. Joel Herman, 2021 Brazil was a decent sprint. Yeah, that was because Hamilton started at the back with a fresh engine and had a pace advantage and just overtook through the field. If you took him out of the equation, it was just the same.
If you could rewatch one, that would probably be the one.
But that would be the only one.
Yeah.
And again, that's because Hamilton's had such a pace advantage that he easily carved his way through the field, so we got to see some overtaking. But that was all of the overtaking.
Yeah.
So I don't think that makes the point.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to play through this while we're talking, because I can't really think of anything there's anything else to say about the sprint. Yeah, there's Antonelli's bad start. They're just showing a replay of it.
The sprint certainly happened. We can say that.
Yeah, it does. I'm still not a fan of sprints because there's just nothing happens. Just nothing. Oh, there was Verstappen getting his elbows out again and crashing into people. Although that one wasn't his fault. He got a bit sandwiched. Yeah. Tell you what, though, Alpine have found some pace since the start of the season and last year.
Yeah. To be honest, yeah.
They posted on socials and overall last year they got 22 points and so far this year they've got 23.
That's huge. I did not see that.
Yeah, so that's that's really good for them. But I think this is now in the order that they finished in. I don't think there's much else to say about the sprint. Again, I'm going to double speed. Can I double speed or I have to pay for that YouTube? Playback speed.
You can double speed.
Yeah, double speed. Triple speed is premium.
Triple speed is premium?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
They never used to have triple speed. Just watching.
Well, I'd always rather they added a feature rather than take it away and put it behind a paywall.
Yeah, well, YouTube has its own problems, so we're not going to talk about that. There's Verstappen running Hamilton off the road as he always does. We're going to move on. I'm halfway through that and nothing really interesting has happened, so we'll move on. The main thing we're here to talk about is the race anyway, so...
Yes.
The grid was interesting, especially after we saw... qualifying. After seeing McLaren pretty dominant during the sprint qualifying, and Verstappen down in 6th, I think he was, to find him...
I'm just going to go turn a light on. It's getting dark.
Yes.
Keep talking.
To find Verstappen on the front row was quite interesting, especially when Kimi Antonelli was only P2 in the sprint, and he managed to find himself on pole, which I don't think anybody was quite expecting. And then Norris dropping from pole to P4. She says she's turning the light on, but it's got darker. Oh, there we go. So yeah, if we go to the actual race, although I'm gonna wait. I was just waiting for you to come back to start the actual race because I remember what happened in turn 2.
What happened in turn 2? I forgot already. Oh, remember?
Yes. So Antonelli got swamped off the start again. Now I actually want to point out this out because I don't think a lot of people noticed this, and the commentary didn't seem to pick it up. Going into turn 1, so I'm looking at exactly 8 seconds, the frame at 8 seconds in the video. You've got Verstappen on the inside, Leclerc in the middle, and I think that's Russell, or I think it might actually it's Antonelli on the outside. Leclerc doesn't let either of the other two, because they both are going faster than him. They both lock up. So this is Verstappen and Antonelli. Either side of him, they both lock up and run wide. And Leclerc just gets his braking point spot on as he should do, and then just takes the lead into turn 1. I think it was an absolute genius move.
Yeah.
It's just straight up the inside while they both just run off track. It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
It takes, because you have to remember, it's very, very easy to get dragged deep into the corner with somebody else next to you.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then turn 2, Verstappen trying to...
Sorry to interrupt. Jeremy is saying Leclerc did moving under braking. Would you agree?
What? The actual start?
The
actual race start?
I think so.
I mean,
it just said Leclerc actually did moving under braking.
Let me roll it back.
Inspect. Sorry if I was wrong about that, Jeremy. I did not mean to misquote you.
It's hard to tell from the angle because they sort of cut across as he starts braking. But either way, the other two either side of him are locking up and are going wide. So I don't think it's that much of an issue. And it's turn 1, lap 1, and
yeah,
I don't think the stewards even looked at it, and I don't think anybody complained.
Turn 2. Am I thinking what you're thinking for turn 2? Is that the thing?
Yeah. So
because I've got a demonstration to do. This is my Joltik plush. He's going to demonstrate what happened to Max.
Yeah. Exactly that. So check the Verstappen Lawson thingy. I don't know what that means. I'll be totally honest.
What is the Verstappen Lawson thingy?
I'm not sure.
I don't know either. either.
Later on that point. Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. So from what I can tell, watching this back, Verstappen managed to stay on the track before locking up. He seems to then, before turn 2, which is a left-hander, he seems to jerk to the right a little bit and then flick quite hard to the left, which seems to unsettle the rear of the car. And then he spins out. He starts spinning out before he climbs over the curb. When I watched it initially, it looked like he climbed over the curb, and that was what sent the back end around. But watching it back now, it looks like he jinks to the right and then sort of flicks it in, which is exactly how you start a drift. So doing that in a Formula 1 car is not a good idea. I also think
Tokyo Drift noises.
Yeah, basically. But I think he was scrambling trying to get back past Leclerc after locking up and running wide.
Yeah. So this was like user error, right?
I think, it was driver error. It's all driver error.
Because he said on the radio, like, "Ooh, sorry guys," and honestly, I thought that was a really funny radio. Like, he was just kind of like, "Ha ha ha!"
Yeah.
He was kind of
I'm,
amused at himself
I'm,
almost.
I also want to point out he ended up he did a full 360, ended up on the racing line for turn 3, and nobody hit him.
Yeah, honestly,
How? When he ended up in the middle of the pack, I was expecting somebody to just straight.
Yeah,
yeah, I'm amazed nobody hit him.
yeah. Well done, F1 drivers.
Yeah, I think it helps that by that point the packs spread out a little bit. So you see this on the grid quite often when they all launch at the same time. Somebody doesn't go anywhere, and it's easy to rear end them. But I think he was moving a little bit as well, so I think that helped.
Yeah.
Quite a lot. So by this point, I think it's hard to tell because there's no timing tree yet. I think Antonelli's leading. No, Leclerc leading? Yeah, I think Leclerc, Antonelli, Norris, Piastri, and then Russell, I think. It's hard to tell because they don't put the timing tree straight up on lap 1. They're gonna... No, they're showing us a replay of... Can I see Leclerc now? See if I can see that.
Norris had to really dodge Verstappen.
A little bit, yeah. I see...
Like, he didn't really need to do much, actually, because Max kind of kept himself out the way.
I see.
But I think he had the onboard.
I see what they're saying about Leclerc moving under braking.
Right.
Yeah, because he's almost on the racing line on the outside, on like the left-hand side of the track, and then moves across, so almost diagonally. Potentially that's why Antonelli locked up, but I think they would just put that down as lap 1 stuff.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell because it cuts in as he starts moving.
Yeah.
And then... Yeah, Hamilton went off track to avoid Verstappen while he was spinning. Which was interesting. But again, avoidance, you kind of can't...
Yeah.
Oh, there's...
And again, lap 1.
Okay, there's Verstappen hitting Lawson. Let's have a look. So yeah, this is Verstappen doing what he does best against literally everybody. By running deep, forcing them to the outside, and then braking later, and then just forcing them off track. And he does it every single time. He deliberately brakes late. And he did it to Hamilton in the sprint. He did it to Hamilton all through 2021 and keeps getting away with it. And this time he hit Lawson, and they both went off track. That's my entire problem with what he does, is the fact that he goes off track as well. If he can keep it on track, then I don't have an issue with it.
Yeah.
But it's the fact that he can't keep it on track, which means he was going off track anyway.
Yeah.
And that's where it becomes a problem, in my opinion.
Yeah, agreed.
And keep it on track, it's not a problem. That's a literal textbook racing move. Go up the inside, go deep, but you stay on the track.
Yeah. We are not sponsored by Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola, please sponsor us.
Yeah. Hey, they can sponsor us if we want. Yeah, Red Bull Team Radio told Lawson to let Max by, despite the fact that Max was at fault. I wonder if that's our team owners. You should let him through.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rather than anything else.
I mean, it was really interesting. Was it Carlos on the radio when Max was kind of in amongst the midfield? I actually really appreciated Carlos speaking up. He was like, he thinks he can do whatever he wants because he's racing the midfield.
Yeah. But that's the way he's always been. This is not new behaviour for Verstappen. It's just being highlighted now that he's in the midfield for some reason. Yeah. So, I don't know. He just seems to get away with it every time. Which is one of the reasons I don't like him.
Max Verstappen. Sorry. Look, I dressed for Williams. I like Williams.
Yeah. I'm dressed for McLaren, but I just like good racing. I've said this before. We're just here for the good racing. We have our favourites. There's no denying that.
Yeah.
And
but we're not like blind to our favorites, you know? Like if our favorite has to lose a race for an amazing race to happen, hell
Fine.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, exactly.
cinema. We're
And
not the sort to turn off if our driver's out.
yeah, exactly. So if anybody says they're unbiased, then they're lying, unless they have no interest in whatever it is at all. So I'm unbiased about football because I don't watch it. I don't care.
Yeah.
The
I mean,
obviously,
even I'm biased because my local team has a team.
yeah.
So like, even though I don't follow it or know anything, like I will still root for my local team because that's my local team, and like one of the footballers sometimes shops in the place where I work.
Yeah.
Which is cool. So
Yeah.
it's like,
yeah. Back to the Formula One.
Yeah, sorry.
Joel's made a good point about ahead of the apex at any cost is not good racing.
Real.
Exactly that. Because
Yeah. The based Joel.
yeah, because what happens is he's ahead at the apex and then goes off track because he's gone in too deep and he's gone in too fast and he's not in control. So if you also then go to 1 minute 14, this is Verstappen's move on Carlos, which is literally exactly the same thing. He's gone steaming up the inside, braking way too late, although in fairness, he kept it on the track this time, so I have less of an issue with this. They didn't make contact. Okay, yes, it was a late move, but Carlos left the door open, and Verstappen stayed on track. It's literally that simple.
Yeah.
You stay on track, it's not a problem. So, yeah, I just you just out of nowhere just.
It's snack time.
Okay, so this is now what's this? Russell going past Piastri.
That was a good little battle. I say little.
Oh no, it was Antonelli going past Norris. There's still this is my thing when I'm watching this back. There's still a lot of quite high closing speeds. I wonder what happened if you just switch back Max. Like he's going to go deep. So this is one of my issues with the way that Max races. Is because he rolls in so deep and forces you to be on the outside, you can't turn in to do the switchback. He sort of holds you up from turning in, so you can't do the switchback. And it is kind of clever.
A great poet. He just comes in like a torpedo.
Yeah. But he doesn't come in and brake really late and then turn in, so you've got room to do the switchback. He comes in, brakes a fraction later, but slowly gets off the brakes to keep you alongside him the entire time. So you can't do the switchback, and he blocks you from doing it. So yeah, let's keep moving on. Antonelli's now up to second. There was a lot of. It felt like there was a lot of closing speeds still going on here with batteries and stuff like that. Super clipping seemed to not be a thing, or it might not have been discussed on the highlights. I didn't really see anybody talking about it. What I was enjoying was, what's this? Russell. No, this is Leclerc, Antonelli, and Norris all fighting for the lead, all within half a second of each other. That I did enjoy. I don't know whether the rule changes have made a difference, but what has happened is at least a month of development and the rule changes have equated to what is essentially 3 teams fighting for the win. It did feel like any one of those 3 teams could win it this time.
Mercedes must be cursing the break.
Well, it was going to happen anyway, wasn't it? They were always going to catch up. That's just how Formula 1 development works.
It's just unfortunate they didn't get more races in. Well, unfortunate for them, not us.
Yeah.
But I'm sure they would have liked that little bit more of a head start.
Oh, yeah. Two more race wins on the in points would have helped them, but they still won. It wasn't a 1-2, but they still won. So, but yeah, it was good to see all 3 of them fighting together.
The girls were fighting.
Then we're up to 2 minutes and 22, and Hadjar did a Leclerc.
Yeah,
The
that's
I am
the best way
stupid
to
meme was shared. Because he did almost exactly the same thing. He just clipped a barrier, and that was it. Although I don't think he quite did exactly the same thing that Leclerc did, but he was very upset about it. Like, inside the car, he was visibly upset about it.
Yeah, very understandable. Extremely reasonable crash out.
And then before we'd even got the safety car out, we just cut to a sharp 2 minutes 34 of Gasly on the barriers.
Yeah.
Because it's been, I tell you what, it's been a while since we've had a car rollover in Formula One.
Was the last one Sakir 2020? Or 21, was it?
It's been so long that I can't think.
It was the same race where Grosjean crashed.
Was that... Do we have a roll?
Yeah, because it was Stroll. Stroll went over.
Yeah,
literally, the race resumed. And Kvyat, once again, we're mentioning this celebrity today. Kvyat goes into Stroll and Stroll goes over.
Yeah, I remember Grosjean was 2020.
Okay, then it was that year then. I'm pretty sure that was the last one. I don't like in F1 anyway. Obviously, we've seen plenty of rolling in other series, but yeah, I'd say that's probably the last time in F1.
Yeah, I can't.
Zhou?
Yeah, Guan Yu Zhou. That was
2022, I want to say.
That was Silverstone. No, that was Silverstone, but that was more not a rollover in this sense, like low speed, just one and over. That was a big crash, so I wouldn't put that in the same category.
Fair enough.
But I
can't think of it.
I can't recall the 2022 cars having like a tyre-to-tyre low-speed rollover like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the last low-speed one would have been Stroll going over.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Stroll. You would have loved being the right way up.
So yeah, so this all happened very quickly. It was all on the same lap, I think, before the safety car had even come out for Hadjar, who just misjudged the turn-in and just clipped the barrier on the left. The other one, I believe... Yeah, here we go. So Lawson... So from the outside, it looks like Lawson locked up going up the inside, and then it was just a classic open wheel, tyre-to-tyre, and that's enough to send you over. But I think Lawson had a gearbox issue. So it was his fault, and he had like no brakes and no drive, and... Yeah, Lawson had a gearbox failure while downshifting, so that's why he didn't get a penalty for it. We'd be useless without your chat.
Honestly.
Or I'd spend all night looking everything up every time we talk about something. So, yeah, that all happened.
Thank you, chat.
That all happened on the same lap, which was kind of interesting. But, yeah, both Gasly and Lawson out. I have Gasly, Hadjar, and Racing Bulls on my fantasy F1 team. So I did not do that great this weekend, just from that one lap, because Lawson ultimately retired as well because he had a gearbox issue.
Oh my god, my eye is so itchy. I should probably not touch it.
So, have you seen? I think I saw it on Sky Sports F1. They've got a 360 camera on the nose of Lawson's car.
I have not seen this.
And it stays. Go and have a look at it. Go and look it up if you've not seen this, because it's really interesting. Because the 360 camera stays locked with the horizon, and the F1 car rotates around the camera. It's such a weird thing to see. Rather than obviously following the car over.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Obviously, if I look right now, we're...
Yeah, don't get distracted. Go and do it afterwards. So the restart, we've got Leclerc, Norris, Antonelli. I think it was Piastri, Russell, but Russell gets Piastri on the restart into turn 1. Does he? No. He manages to hang on. Then Hamilton tries to take a bite of it. Hamilton's not looking like he's doing that well in that car this year. he looked like he was gelling with it to start with, but then since the break, he's sort of been, again, stuck in 6th place. I thought this car would suit his driving style a whole lot more than...
Yeah, because he'd have had more of a say in developing it.
Yeah, so I was hopeful that he would do well this year, but he sat at the back in P6 of the top 3 teams. I have all of them, almost consistently throughout the season. So
yeah, so far we've still got a long way to go.
Hamilton had damage. He had a collision with Colapinto, and they never changed his front wing. Yeah, I guess so. But even before this race, he's been basically 6th the entire time. So yeah, it's hard to tell. We're still at the start of the season, so it's still hard to say whether all these rule changes made any difference. Yeah, just one race after the break, so it feels better so far, but I don't think one race is enough to pass judgment, in my opinion, anyway. And I think Joel's sharing my opinion there. So continuing on, we've got Verstappen continuing to climb up through the field as we start to look at pit stops. First round of pit stops, only round of pit stops. This now I'm watching this back and talking about it. This really was not much of a race. We had Gasly roll over.
It was an enjoyable slow burn. Like it all
happened at the start, in that middle bit with Gasly rolling over.
Yeah.
And then Leclerc at the end.
Yeah.
There's not really much else. Yeah. Pretty mid race. Like I say, this is the second time I've watched this, so I've only seen the highlights, and this is my second watch. There's just not much happening.
Yeah.
We're seeing a lot of overtakes, but it's wild to think that we're saying there's a lot of overtakes and we're not talking about them, because that's just what this set of regulations has become. A lot of overtakes, but they're not meaningful overtakes. They're not actual overtakes anymore, which is why I'm reserving my judgment of the tweaks in regulations.
Yeah.
I want to be hopeful, but oh, there we go. If you want to see Norris doing a switchback on Verstappen, 5 minutes, where are we at? 40 or so? Yeah, 5 minutes 40. Verstappen goes down the inside. Norris sees it coming and gives him the old switchback and stays ahead. So, in answer to your question, Joel, yes, you can do a switchback on Verstappen, and it does work. It worked for Norris anyway. But yeah, it was absolutely mid, this race. While we're talking, I'm just letting it roll on, and there's just not much happening.
Yeah. That's the thing. There's like lots to talk about with what happened. It was quite shocking and exciting at the time. But yeah,
because a car rolled over on Verstappen's span. But if you take the Verstappen spin out of the start, everybody went into turn 1, and there was a couple of touches here and there, but that was about it.
Yeah. Damn. This is our weekly reminder to tell people, hey, go watch British touring cars or Formula E. They are great championships.
Go and watch
Things
Drift
will
League.
happen.
If you haven't seen...
go and watch that, apparently, which I've never seen, but maybe I'm thinking I should.
I'm gonna send if I can remember, actually, because I'm at the event usually. I'll send in your Discord, in the Other Motorsports channel, the link to the live stream. I keep sending drifting links and nobody watches it.
I'm always busy whenever you send them.
People get excited when Formula 1 cars go sideways, and drifting is all sideways.
Yeah!
Oh, there we go. Right. There's Leclerc facing the wrong way. So we're now at 7 minutes. Yeah. And Leclerc is hunting down Piastri. And yeah, he just dropped it. He didn't... He was on a flat bit of tarmac. He didn't hit curb. He didn't do anything like that. He just dropped it, which I think we're seeing more of in these cars. because they've got a whole lot less downforce.
Yeah. And that's good. I think it makes it more skill.
I don't think
Not that there wasn't skill.
Yeah, Leclerc just got passed by Piastri. Yeah, so he was probably scrambling to try and catch him back up, and then binned it. I think he hit the wall quite hard as well.
It didn't look too hard to me, but I'm a fool, so don't trust.
He hit the wall quite hard and then got a penalty for it. But again, if you haven't seen Leclerc's on board after the crash, you'll see exactly why he got a penalty. Because he started cutting the inside of corners.
Yeah.
He did it like 4 times he left the track. Yeah, he got a penalty for leaving the track on multiple occasions without... I can't remember the exact wording they used, but without just cause or something like that. But
he was doing it for the love of the game.
Yeah. Yeah, same as Lewis Hamilton in Singapore. So he just... Yeah, there was... I didn't think it was that bad, because there was one moment he ran wide. I'm like, okay, yeah, he's hit the wall. He's not sure how his car's going to react, and that's to be expected. But then on, I think, the other 3 occasions, he literally just, like a video game, just went up the inside of the corner and just completely cut the corner to try and stay ahead. So...
Me in Mario Kart when I'm in P9 and I have a mushroom.
Yeah. So... Yeah. Mid-race, bit of excitement at the front. It was bookended by a little bit of an excitement. And then, this was interesting. I saw this stat on Reddit. Mercedes sent one of their female team members up. I cannot remember her name.
Me neither.
But she's only the 14th woman to ever go on the podium.
But this is weird because for me, this was the first time that I actually didn't notice it was a woman. I feel like every other time I've seen a woman go up, it's been, oh my gosh, yay, they sent a woman. This time it felt normal. Or at least not until someone else that I was watching with said, oh, they sent a woman. I was like, they did.
Yeah.
And that's good.
Normalised.
It shouldn't matter. It shouldn't be a big deal.
Yeah, it shouldn't be a big deal. It should be normalised. So that's good. That's a good thing for Mercedes to do. And obviously... if you don't have that many women working for you at the track, it's difficult to do. But if you're doing it, then it sends a sign that younger women are going to try and get into Formula One, knowing that they can do it. And that's the point.
It's a space where they can belong.
And that's I don't know whether we've ever spoken about Formula One Academy on the podcast, but I've said, at least to my friends, that I don't think any of the current crop of Formula One Academy drivers are ever going to get into Formula One.
We did speak about this.
The girls that they're inspiring now are probably going to get into Formula One because they're going to start earlier and younger.
Yeah. And they can see that there's opportunities for them. And that there's fans and that people will watch the races and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like, hell yeah.
So... Can you not? There we go. Let me switch to the race results. There it is. So it was Antonelli, Antonelli, Norris, Piastri. Russell was P4. I think McLaren have found some speed in that engine. So you know how... Do you remember at the start of the year where McLaren were complaining they didn't get a lot of support from Mercedes in their software and all that sort of stuff? I think they've worked it out. And there's been rumours that Mercedes are trying to learn off McLaren now. Because they found such pace almost out of nowhere. If I was McLaren and I was Zach Brown, I'd be telling them to do one.
Yeah.
They wouldn't provide any help at the start of the season. Why should they give it back?
Exactly.
You can't. It's a two-way street.
You can't. It's the opposite of biting the hand that feeds you.
Yeah,
you can't demand the hand that didn't feed you.
Yeah, exactly. So, standings now is
that made no sense.
we got the gist of it.
You understood what I meant.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, Verstappen got a 5-second penalty for crossing the white line at the pit exit. So yeah, Verstappen got 5 seconds. Leclerc got 20 because I think Leclerc was supposed to get a stop and go, which is, I think that's, it's not the harshest, but it's one of the more harsh.
My favourite. It's my favourite.
Well, they can give 5-second stop and goes.
Send them down the penalty, the pit lane in shame. They just have to drive there, and all the pit crew mechanics are looking at them like, ha ha ha, and all the cars are coming past on the main street like, shh, and the guy in the pit lane's just like, this is the worst. I'm so embarrassed.
Lucy, are you okay? I think that's what we ask her all the time.
Yeah.
Right. Championship standings. Now that we're getting some mix, it's still Antonelli leading Russell by 20 points. Leclerc is on 59. Norris is on 51. And Hamilton is also on 51, with Verstappen down on 43. It's a long way to go. And this all could change, because if McLaren keep gaining speed in the way that they have and development, there's a good chance they could catch up. Like where Norris is 2 wins away from leading the championship, so it's not like it couldn't do it again. And then Mercedes, Ferrari, McLaren. Audi are now on 2 points. Williams are up in 8th on 5 points. Cadillac are ahead of Aston Martin. I think that's the most notable thing on here now.
That's crazy.
Both of them have 0 points, but the brand new team are ahead of the established Aston Martin team.
With Adrian Newey.
Yeah, Cadillac are making some progress. They seem to be making steps forward, and Aston Martin are not. I think Cadillac seem to have at least somewhat of a reliable car at the moment. So they are double finishing races. I think they did.
I think that's it. I think Cadillac are just going slow and steady with it.
Well, that's the thing. You've got a brand new car. You need to sort of find your feet, as it were, and sort of get going and get in the groove of things. And they seem to be, as much as they're finishing right at the back every time and a lap or 2 down, they are finishing. I think after the first 2 races they had retirements, but I think they've finished almost everything. After last year, can you really say at any point the championship's over before it actually is? No, you can't. It's not over till it's over. It's always been like that.
Not over until the man in Las Vegas starts to say Sergio Checo Perez.
The best example of that is go and watch Canada 2011. I'm going to bring this up all the time because this is my all-time favorite race. And the winner of that race,
the wet one?
Yes. That race is why we have a 4-hour limit on races. But that race, the winner was at one point in last, and on the start of the last lap was in second place. So if you haven't seen that race, go and watch it.
I have not seen that race.
You need to go and watch it.
I need to go and watch it.
You also need to go and watch Senna, and you also need to go and watch Brush.
Many are saying this. Many are saying this.
Yes. So let's have a look at our league in F1 Fantasy. So if you haven't joined us,
boy,
we are on the official Formula1.com F1 Fantasy. There should be links in the description to join if you'd like to join us. There are 19 of us at the moment. And the top 2 or the top 3 have changed ever so slightly. Nick is still at the top. Nick Hailstone. We've got McCann Jonathan. I'm terrible at names. I apologise. Who is up, I think, from 4th. Caitlin has now dropped to 4th. They've got Ethan in 3rd place.
We love Caitlin. Shout out Caitlin. She's almost certainly not watching, but we love Caitlin.
Yeah, she's been sat in second place for the last couple of races, and then this. She had Hadjar, Hulkenberg, and Gasly. That kind of let her down. I got let down by Gasly and Hadjar. Racing balls were on a negative, and then some penalties were applied, and they've sort of gone back up again. But I'm still in 7th. You are still not last, and you are 13th. You are being carried by the Mercedes car. Gasly did let you down on double points, though.
He wouldn't have.
Minus 16.
If he hadn't done all that.
Yeah.
Alpine were good. Alpine were good. We were just praising Alpine. It's okay.
Well, the thing is, that wasn't his fault. That was completely not his fault, and it wasn't Lawson's fault either. Just to put that out there. So
sometimes things happen.
Yeah, but you are not last. You're moving up by the looks of it. You've redone your team. I'm still 7th. I got let down by Gasly and Hadjar, but it wasn't Gasly's fault. It was Hadjar's fault. I'll put that out there. Him clipping the wall.
Yeah. Oh man, I felt so bad for him.
Yeah. And it's gonna get interesting the further we go through the season, because the points spread is starting to get quite wide now. So our first place is 1,094, and last place is 382. So the people that picked up McLaren and McLaren drivers are really gaining. Yeah, I'm looking at a few here that have gone up a few places, have McLaren drivers. So they really did well. Yeah, Lando Norris on double points for Jenna here. 108 points. So, yeah, it's going to get interesting as we go through the season. Did you want to talk about anything else, or shall we look towards...
I don't have anything to add. I think you've covered it. I mean, I certainly will revisit my team once again and see if I can figure out how on earth I'm supposed to come back from this.
You're not that far behind.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. But come back. I am the person who was in last at some point during the very long wet race.
It's in your name. And last lap, Lucy.
Yeah, last lap, Lucy. Last place, Lucy. Last ditch effort, Lucy.
You're only 400 points behind first place.
Mm-hmm.
Which sounds like a lot.
Stop believing.
It sounds like a lot, but Nick this weekend scored 200 points.
Exactly. Terrible.
McCann scored... McCann? I apologise for butchering names. Scored 296.
Oh, I know who that is. Yeah. What a legend.
So there is ways...
I don't know how you say that.
There is ways of catching up. I scored 179. So there's ways of catching up. It's not over till it's over. Right, so let's look forward. Speaking of Canada, that is the next round. 22nd to the 24th of May, so it's a couple of weeks. Not this weekend, not next weekend, but the following weekend. I always like Canada. It's always one of my favourite circuits.
Yeah, it's a nice little track.
Montreal, yeah. It's always one of Hamilton's. I think his most winning, or one of the circuits he's won at the most is Canada. He's had some good races there over the past as well, so potentially chilly Canada. Yeah, it can be cold in Canada. It sometimes rains as well, which makes things more interesting. That'd be interesting if it does rain, because we haven't had a wet race in these cars yet. I don't think we've had a wet session.
That could be exciting.
I'm actually interested on a wet weekend to find out how the cars lift water.
Okay.
So this was one of the problems we had with the old cars, was because they were ground effects as they drove along, they lifted so much water from the floor, through the floor, and they just generated so much spray that you couldn't really drive until it was almost dry. Which is why we had so many races that, you just couldn't drive in because there was too much spray. Nobody could see anything. So I'm
Yeah.
hoping these cars are better on spray so that we can actually race in the wet.
Yeah, so that the wet tires are useful.
Yeah, because it's the last few years the wets have been so pointless that you just
it's wet tire condition. It's just red flags.
Yeah, so you then by the time it's dry enough to then race without enough spray, you're on inters. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But I would like to see a wet race, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes, I guess. So yeah, Canada, Monaco, Barcelona are the next 3. I believe Tom is joining us for Canada. Our friend Tom.
Oh, awesome.
So
yeah, that's going to be great.
If he can't make Canada, he's going to join us for the Monaco discussion. Depends on his work, I think. But we've got it penciled in for Canada at the moment.
We love Tom. Shout out to Tom.
He should be watching.
Should be.
So yeah, I think I'm just rambling now. So I think that's probably everything we've got to
Tom, there
say.
will be a quiz next week. The keyword is coconut.
Yeah, if you're watching us on YouTube next week or this week, comment comment that. Help.
You just love coconut.
Comments help the YouTube algorithm and all that crap.
Exactly.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Right, we really are rambling now, so let's finish up for the night.
Okay, yeah.
And we'll see all you guys in the next one after Canada.
Goodbye from me and Joltik.
Bye.
My spinning diva. Bye.